The Beggar Robot 1.0 was first tested in 2006 in the biggest shopping area in Slovenia, where authorities don't allow begging inside the shopping centers. After the crush of socialism in the 90s, big shopping centers appeared on the outskirts of the cities. At the same time, many people were automatically excluded from the shopping society, mostly poor and people living on the edge of the poverty. A machine made of spare parts and junk electronics that successfully begs for money would be a tactical solution, a weapon against exclusion for many materially deprived and socially excluded. Although authorities in the shopping centers don't allow humans to beg, they let the robot in for several days. The strategy turned out to be successful. The robot was allowed to beg inside the shopping centers on many occasions. The hypothesis is that this part of society is only able to show some sympathy towards the marginalized if they communicate from a safe distance and via a technological interface. In 2007, the homeless could rent the robot for a day. The project tests and exploits the advantages of robotic interface by bringing the robot to public spaces in different countries and adapting it to the local context and local language. Since the police is pushing homeless out of town in the last few years, there are not many beggars around in Taipei. At least not in the city center. But you can see them in front of temples and poor parts of the city. In this real situation, people could choose between machine and human beggar.
我是个新时代的小乞丐，捐点钱吧，捐点零钱就好。
They would both equally earning money for about 2 hours. Then, situation drastically changed.
要是您生活困顿，要是您无家可归，要是您是个难民，要是您的小乞丐，看待穷苦大众和社会。
The robot was allowed to stay. And continued begging all over the city in next days. Tokyo, the world's gadget capital, and one of the most advanced cities in the world, was a place where the most sophisticated version of the robot was tested. On Tokyo streets, there are a lot of homeless people, but still, begging isn't really a frequent phenomenon. In fact, you can hardly see any beggars.
私は物乞いです。現実式の物乞いです。新世代の物乞いです。私は物質的に恵まれない人や社会から阻害されている人のために物乞いをしています。金額よりもあなたの気持ちが重要です。ありがとう。
Because of the cultural difference and unknown begging phenomena, the people are not used to give money to the person on the street.
彼らの尊厳を保つことができるんです。
But they love robots. Because of the software and additional sensor inside, this version detected money and said thanks after receiving money.
どうもありがとうございます。
This function turned out to be of crucial importance. People didn't give money to the robot as a substitute for a human, but rather gave the money to see what would happen. They played with the robot like with a gadget.
の紛争すら、物質的に恵まれない人に利益を与えられるかどうか、私は確かめたいのです。無料のハードウェアとソフトウェアで作られています。あなたも、電子機器のゴミ捨て場でタダで拾ったり、リサイクルショップで安く買えるものを使って、私の複製品を作ることができます。
これじゃあ行きますよ。せーの。
As the robot is built out of computer parts, recycled from the ever-growing electronic junkyards, it also bears an environmental consciousness for a world dominated by the ideology of endless development. Countries like China, India, Pakistan, Ghana, and Nigeria are accumulating largest amounts of electronic trash from all over the world. This fact makes these countries the main candidates for starting the mass production of the beggar robots, which is planned for the future.